Terminology: ship's exterior and interior spaces. Forecastle deck. Uppermost deck of the ship bow usually houses paint, rope, and chain lockers. Spoken forecastle, it is part of the superstructure of a ship. Main deck. The highest complete deck that runs from the bow to the stern part of the ship's hull. Upper or shelter deck. A continuous superstructure deck above the main deck. It typically provides some shelter for the areas below it, but it is not completely enclosed. Fantail deck. Uppermost deck above the main deck in the stern, part of the superstructure of a ship. Also called a poop deck when it forms a roof over the cabin built in the stern. The name originates from the French word for stern, la poupe. Superstructure. Decks, cabins, etc., which are located above the main deck. Weather deck. Decks that are exposed to weather. Well deck. An open space on the main deck of a ship, between the forecastle and fantail deck. Boat deck. Deck on which lifeboats and davits are located. Hull is the main body or shell of the ship, providing buoyancy and structural integrity. It includes the bottom, sides, and main deck. After March of 1949, the shipping industry standardized this layout for ships' deck identification. Main deck. The highest complete deck that runs from the bow to the stern, part of the ship's hull. Labeled number 1. Second deck. First complete deck below the main deck, it runs from the bow to the stern. Labeled number 2. Third deck. Second complete deck below the main deck, it runs from the bow to the stern. Labeled number 3. Platform. Incomplete decks below the main deck. Superstructure deck. Decks above the main deck, they are labeled levels, 01, 02, 03, increasing as they go up. Double bottom, inner bottom. Lowest section of a ship usually containing a tank top and bottom shell. Keel. The central structural beam or plate at the base of the ship running longitudinally from bow to stern. It forms the foundation of the vessel's hull. Rudder. A movable fin-like structure located under the stern. It is used to steer and control the ship's direction. Propulsion system. Provides the ship's forward motion. It can be powered by sails, propellers, or water jets. Bridge. The bridge is the command center or control room of the ship. It is located closest to the top of the superstructure and houses navigation equipment and controls. Lifeboats and davits. Lifeboats are small, self-contained vessels used for emergency evacuation. Davits are mechanical devices that lower and raise lifeboats. Anchor. A heavy metal device dropped from the bow to hold the ship in place. Windlass. A mechanical device used to raise and lower the anchor. Bulbous bow is a protruding bulb-like structure at the forward bottom of the ship. It reduces water resistance and improves fuel efficiency. Bilge. The lowest part of the ship where water collects, then it is pumped out to keep the ship dry. Ballast tanks. Compartments in the hull used to control the ship's stability by taking in or releasing water. Cargo holds. Cargo holds are large spaces used to store materials, fluids, or equipment. Engine room. Houses the ship's main engines and other mechanical systems. Galley. The galley is the ship's kitchen, where food is prepared for the crew with space to sit and eat. Portholes and windows provide light and ventilation to interior spaces. Large ships are highly specialized and will have additional components and systems based on their specific functions and requirements. Understanding the parts and systems of a ship is an important part of navigating and working on and in ships. Thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed learning about ships' exterior and interior spaces. Hit that like button and make sure to subscribe to our channel so you never miss an update. Fair winds and smooth seas, until we meet again in the next video.